What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's KB and we locked in. Now let's jump into it. Today, we're going to be talking about an Atlanta legend who was on a crazy come up in the 2010s, setting the stage to become one of the biggest rappers from the city, only to lose his life before his mission was fully complete. This video is about the one and only Shawty Lo. He has a crazy story, so without further ado, let's go. When you think of rap music over the last decade and which cities have been putting on the most, a few places may come to mind. You may think of Detroit with rappers like T Grizzly and Sada Baby, or you may think of Florida with people like Julio, Fulio, and Young and Ace, or maybe even Chicago with Lil Durk and King Von. These cities have no doubt produced some of the most influential rappers over the last decade, but no city on earth has brought more prominence to the genre of hip hop than the city of Atlanta. When people say they want to be actors, they usually dream of moving to California and getting a job in Hollywood. That's how they envision their big break coming. Well, Atlanta is the rap, while Hollywood is the acting. Atlanta is without a doubt the hub for hip hop music.
It's unusual to have a music scene last this long, be this hot for 20 years. You know, people compare it to other cities, but it's nothing like it. I think it's important that, you know, somebody had to tie that together and make sure everybody understands that.
It's way different. It's a music capital. You know, it's just a whole different, it's just a new world. And if you want to be in hip hop, if you trying to take it far like that, this is one of them places you need to be at. It's a music capital, and you know, we're a hustling capital, and I'm a hustler.
The journey of Atlanta from a quiet player to a dominant force in the rap game is as fascinating as it is influential. In the early 1990s, something extraordinary started brewing in Atlanta. The city, known for its rich civil rights history and vibrant cultural influence, began to carve its own unique niche in hip hop. This era marked the emergence of artists who would not only define the sound of Atlanta, but also reshape the landscape of global hip hop. T.I., often credited with popularizing the term trap music, introduced the world to a raw, unfiltered representation of life in Atlanta's trap houses, set against the backdrop of hard-hitting southern beats. But it wasn't just T.I. that had really blew up Atlanta's rap scene. There was a ton of artists, so many I can't name them, but people like Lil Jon, people like Lil Scrappy, groups like them Franchise Boys, and a ton of other people. Atlanta was paving the way for people from the city to have a real shot in the music industry, and one of those people embodied the spirit of the city scene, Shawty Lo. Lo wasn't just a product of Atlanta's hip-hop evolution. He was a contributor to its ongoing legacy. Shawty Lo's journey in the rap game mirrored the rise of Atlanta itself. Emerging from the Bankhead neighborhood, a neighborhood known for its struggles and problems, Shawty Lo's music was a reflection of his life experiences. He ain't just rap about the streets. He told stories that painted a vivid picture of life in parts of Atlanta that many never get to see. His narratives were raw, unapologetic, and deeply rooted in the reality of his surroundings. From co-founding D4L Records and the rap group D4L that dropped the hit song Laffy Taffy to his solo hit They Know, Shawty Lo showcased his unique ability to blend raw energy with catchy mainstream appeal. His flow was distinctive, and his records became anthems for Atlanta and helped cement his place in the city's hip-hop legacy. Now, as we delve deeper into Shawty Lo's life and artistry, it's essential to appreciate how his story intertwines with the broader narrative of Atlanta hip-hop. He wasn't just riding the wave of Atlanta's influence. He was leading the way, leaving a mark on the city and the music that came from it. Hey guys, real quick, I want to tell y'all about my brand new merch that I just dropped over on my website, kbgoeslive.com. I just dropped 2 brand new premium quality hoodies. These are heritage hoodies made out of 65% cotton and 35% polyester. These things are as soft as they can get, and the first one is a hoodie that represents my most popular series on YouTube, The Whole Story. So to commemorate them videos, I've made this exclusive The Whole Story hoodie. And I'm telling y'all, this thing is awesome. Now, both of these designs on these hoodies were hand designed by me crafted by me. And I mean, look at this thing, man. This thing looks good. The second hoodie is for the people who don't really want the whole story hoodie, possibly the hustlers in the audience, and that's my blood money hoodie. It shows the Statue of Liberty holding a big old stack of money covered in blood. This for the people who gonna get it by any means necessary. Like I said, these hoodies are premium quality. These things are soft, comfortable, cozy, amazing quality. I took my time with them. So if y'all want either one of these hoodies, the whole story hoodie or the blood money hoodie, y'all just head over to kbgoeslive.com and cop y'all one today. Now the first 20 people that go over there and get them one, go get a discount. The discount is auto applied at checkout. So if you don't see the discount, it's because it's already been used the 20 times that it's available. But either way, even paying full price, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. So y'all go over to kbgoeslive.com and get y'all one. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
I am a Atlanta boy, you know what I'm saying? Can't mention this shit without mentioning me, man.
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I was born at Grady. I'm a Grady baby. I was raised off of Bankhead Highway. My projects, Born's own projects. Shawty Low. Zone 1, baby.
Shawty Low, real name Carlos Rico Walker, was born March 2nd, 1976 and came straight out of the Atlanta Bankhead neighborhood, more specifically the notorious Bowen Homes Projects, located just off the Bankhead Highway, which is now known as the Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway. The Bowen Homes Projects were demolished in 2009, but before they were tore down, this area was a breeding ground for criminal activity and is a part of the reason why the city of Atlanta decided to get rid of it. Bowen Homes was rife with crime. Police reports show that 168 violent crimes, including 5 murders, occurred in the half a year between June 2007 and January 2008, so just about 6 months. This area was treacherous.
Growing up a Bankhead, born home, you had to go through it, man. You had to be a survivor, man. You know what I'm saying? Anybody from born home that made it out, I salute you, my brother. You know what I mean? You had to be a survivor, dog.
Police in Northwest Atlanta are busy investigating a string of recent shootings near Bowen Homes. In one day alone, 3 people were shot, 1 of them killed. The crimes happened only hours apart from each other. Channel 2's John Cater is live at Bowen Homes, where many residents say enough is enough. John?
And that's right, Jovita. I just want to give you an idea of where we're standing. Right behind me is where one of those crimes happened. And also to let you know, we are only a stone's throw away from the entrance of Bowen Homes, where crimes like these are becoming an all too common occurrence.
I heard some pow pow, pow pow pow.
Less than 24 hours ago, this was the scene following a drive-by shooting at the entrance of Bowen Homes. 2 people gunned down, 1 of them killed. It's December's first homicide here, on the tail end of a handful of others in recent months.
Just the close time frame, 3 in November and 1 in October, calls for a great sense of alarm.
And shootings like this one are even more rampant. Nighttime, some residents say, is out of control. Gun violence is spiraling. Daytime here at the Bowen Homes tells a totally different story, where all appears to be cool, calm, and collective. But you ask residents here, and they'll tell you that it's a nasty criminal element that comes inside, invading the very place where they live. Despite a neighborhood watch and an increased police presence, many are living in fear.
That's correct, that we live in fear. You know, they don't even live out here, and they bring the troubles to here.
Police say they've got a handle on the gangs, and they're not the sole problem.
The majority of the perpetrators do not live in that community.
Meantime, in an area where children play all day, it's becoming a situation where parents and grandparents alike are locking the doors, keeping them inside where they know it's safe.
I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what they can do to stop this mess, but it's a mess out here. It really is.
And there is an effort by Housing Authority to demolish Bowen Homes and eventually relocate the residents. Perhaps that will put a cap on this problem. In the meantime, there have been no arrests made in either of those crimes.
Residents have until May of next year to move so the city of Atlanta can demolish the complex.
There have been 5 homicides and 12 robberies here since May. The Bowen Homes were already scheduled to be knocked down, but the Housing Authority says it's moving up the demolition date because of high crime rates.
The crime situation at Bowen is pretty close to out of control. In the last 90 days, 6 shootings, 2 stabbings, over 300 crimes have been committed over the last 6 months.
The Housing Authority says it'll help each of the 650 families who now live here.
It's probably like a jungle in Africa. Lions, tigers, bears, snakes, gators. But you gotta be a mean one to come out there. You know, to come out there, man, you know. Projects like where I come from, you know, everything was based on your income, you know what I'm saying? Some folk pay zero rent. Everything added, utilities, everything added in one, you know what I'm saying, one. You know, we was poor, man, you know, my mom was on drugs, my dad was there as well, but you know, some kind of way, you know, I survived, man, you know. I'm here now. They took my projects down, Bowen's home, but you know, they didn't tell me down, you know, that's where I'm from. I got it tatted in blood, man, once they removed the hood, you know what I'm saying, from Bankhead. So, you know, everything about me is Bowen home.
His mama was an addict and his daddy wasn't around. Plus, he was growing up in one of the toughest areas of Atlanta at the time. It seemed like, due to his circumstances, Low was destined to find himself in the streets, and he did.
I ain't have no father figure coming up. My mother was on drugs, my dad was on drugs.
So who raised you?
My grandma raised me, but she passed when I was 17.
Coming up in the streets of Bankhead, Low had it rough right out the gate, and with circumstances like his, it was eat or be eaten. Now we all know how it is when you and everybody around you ain't got nothing. Desperation sets in, survival instincts start hitting, and before you know it, you wrapped up in some stuff that could take away not only your freedom, but sometimes your life too. And Low was no stranger to these situations.
When I was growing up, you know, my mama was on and I seen the dudes at the hood that was older than me, didn't have no real jobs. They had the nicest cars, they had the prettiest girls, and you know, they always say everybody always used to say they want to be like a Michael Jordan, Joe Montana, or Jerry Rice, but that wasn't what I seen. What I seen was the dope boys, and you know, I think me and the household had to use the same pair of pants for 3-4 days, and you know, 3-4 shirts, and had to wear one pair of shoes for about 2-3 months, big toe hanging out. So you know, that's what I knew, and that's how I knew how to get it fast, you know.
In fact, when his grandmother passed away, Low was only 17, and with nobody in the world that he could count on, he knew it was time to make a move, and he started by becoming a jack boy, or a robber, hitting the pockets of anybody who had it. This eventually led him to getting caught up in a massive case when he was 17 that resulted in him being charged with multiple felonies and facing a prison sentence of 20 to 40 years.
I was robbing, doing all kind of stuff. At 17, I went to prison on an aggravated assault, armed robbery, trafficking, and I had a real body case and everything. It when I was 17, turned 18. But some kind of way I beat all of them except they dropped the aggravated assault and I came home. My grandmother raised me, and then when my grandmother died from cancer, you know, I was been in the streets since then, you know. I started out like robbing and doing all kind of stuff, you know. Ended up going to jail in '94, was blessed not to get 10 years and go to boot camp, come home. But you know, I still kind of hard-headed, did one, kept robbing when I came home a little bit more, but you know, 1 year, and after I came home then, I started back trying to rob a little bit, but I see that wasn't the way because I was almost got caught up again. And I transferred to try to sell, you know, the work. And then some kind of way I transitioned to be real big at it and took my whole neighborhood and the whole little area over. And you know, it was like that. I switched the robbery game up to the drug game, and then you know, nobody not in a million years think I'll be one who will blow in the drug game. I can't take my projects over. You know what I'm saying? You know, you hear the movies like American Gangster, you know, I done seen them do a lot of movies, but you know, I feel like I was left out, man, you know, cause I done done a lot in this city, man, you know, and just to tell my story, man, it's for real.
Knowing that robbing wasn't gonna be his way out, he shifted his focus to something that could be much more lucrative and jumped head first into the world of trapping. Now, it didn't take him long for him to realize that selling dime bags wasn't the way to go, so he started trying to find a good connect, somebody that he could rely on to get big work. Through one of his homies named Jake, he was able to get lined up with a plug from Miami who could get them things for the low, and his daddy was the one who made the trips to pick up the packages.
I had this, you know, I ain't no lie, my plugs that was down on Miami and West Palm, you know, that was my action was that, man, you know. Yeah. But you know, my dad, you know what I'm saying, we was in business a long time ago, you know, he used to make the trips. Yeah. My boy Jay, he's locked back up right now, you know what I'm saying, Free Jay, he used to make the trips, you know what I'm saying, down that way, and both ended up getting caught, so you know, then when my plugs was down that way, West Palm and Miami.
And I know it might sound far-fetched, like just a typical rap story, but according to anybody who was somebody in Atlanta, Low was really moving weight in and out the city from Miami.
They used to have this thing called the Miami Boys. It was supposed to be a big thing up here in Atlanta. They had supposed to had, you know, and I was, like I said, a little jit at the time. Had supposedly came up here, took over all the projects, Dixie Hill, Perry Homes, this and that. My question was that made up?
No.
Or was that real? Was that real?
It was real. That's the truth.
See, I thought it was a bunch of Georgia boys,
no,
you know, faking.
No. That's the truth.
So did they come because of guys like you that showed them so much money nationally? How did?
Well, you know, Miami was the hub back then. So we're getting, and I say, don't take it offensive.
We don't care.
But niggas was getting dope cheap down there because they were down there with the Colombians and all that.
Right.
The Colombians back then were the go-to guys. It wasn't the Mexicans. It was the Colombians.
Colombians at the time, okay.
So they get dope cheap. Dirt cheap.
Mm-hmm.
They come up here and cook that shit up and sell cookies and sacks big as a mother.
Right.
So they take over. So yeah, that's the truth. And I give the respect. May he rest in peace. And I want y'all to try to tell me what rapper from Atlanta do you think really lived the street life and rapped about it from Atlanta?
You got to tell me, Dre. You got to tell me.
You in the music.
I mean, by the time I came right on that last little wave where everybody had done fell off.
I said, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Bankroll Fresh, that's the last.
Shawty Low.
Shawty. Damn Low.
My mind is back in the, I'm thinking he's talking about
Yeah, but Low old enough though. Low old enough.
Yeah. Carlos.
Carlos.
Rest in peace, Low, man.
That's the that rapped and actually lived that life.
My God.
Wow.
It's the bankhead himself.
There wasn't no question that Shawty Low was living like that, and he had the city on lock. So when rappers like T.I. and Young Jeezy, both of which are from Atlanta, started popping in the music industry, Shawty Low said he seen nothing but opportunity in his midst and knew it was time to make another switch. This time from the dope game to the rap game.
When I first started hearing like rap, like when I think T.I. when T.I. came about and he was hollering Bankhead and all this and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn. And when I hear Jeezy, you know what I'm saying, niggas from the street, I was like, damn, niggas like this, you know what I'm saying, talking about stuff like what I live, you know what I'm saying? So that made me feel like I could do it.
That nigga was so goddamn like low. A nigga that know low, but yeah, nigga know low. That nigga right there was a really like he can get real dangerous if it comes to like he was a nigga you're looking like he's just a little nigga, but hey man, this nigga right here can goddamn make this shit happen. You won't even believe why.
D4L is on some dancing shit because of the Laffy Taffy, but they don't know that's some real street shit.
Exactly, man. Nigga like for real, like so. For all that came about, like Low already was speaking, he had probably already touched $1 million. And just was way before the music shit even popped out. So we was already touching money like the bass. That motherfucker did so many numbers, like when Low said 10 summers, no summers.
Yeah.
Birth stickers like mama that got us forever, that shit real.
Cold runners, hot summers, I can't complain. The bass said numbers, 10 summers. No fumble, birth niggas like Mike.
So when Shawty Low decided it was time to put his feet in the rap game, he didn't do it how most artists would. In fact, he didn't do it as an artist at all. Instead, he decided to take the route that people like Master P and Birdman had taken by starting his own record label called D4L Records or Down for Life Records, and once he decided he was doing it, he moved quick.
But when it turned into the rap shit, he was just that nigga, man of his word. He didn't know what was going on. He said he was gonna get a studio. He come by another day and be like, I got the building right there. He was like, what? The street right there, boom. Like, okay, boom. Like, yeah, okay, what we gonna do with it? Like, you think he's just gonna turn into a spot, this, that, and that. Now you go out there, they building the booth, they building all that. He dead serious, so you know, when you go in there, you feel like you had to produce. He had that type of impact.
Being who he is and inspired by some of the greats in the game, Shawty Lo knew he needed artists. Just like Birdman had the Hot Boys and Master P had Truth, Shawty Lo decided he was gonna put a group together himself.
I wasn't trying to be a rep at first. I was trying to be the CEO, you know. Exactly. I went and got reps who I knew from different projects, and I formed my group D4L, you know. Stuntman Hugh from Hollywood Court, was in Bresky and Front Street, they from Born Home. You know, we got Fabo, he from Bankhead, Perry Home, Moot B, Harris Home, and I just formed the team, man, and people fell in love with it, you know.
Shawty Lo rounded up a bunch of guys from a bunch of different hoods around Atlanta and put them all in this group that he called D4L. Honestly, it's really a good look for Shawty Lo because he really was trying to bring unity to all the different hoods by putting these people in this group. Now this next clip is an interview with one of those rappers that was in D4L, Fabo, and this interview comes directly from a YouTube channel that just don't get enough love. This came from Sean Anthony Live. This man got 222 subscribers, y'all, and he's putting out content consistently. I reached out to him and asked him if he minded me using this footage in the video. He politely told me that I could. But y'all, if y'all like interviews and history and all this type of stuff about hip hop, y'all gotta go subscribe to Sean Anthony Live, man. Get this man up to at least 1,000 subscribers because he's consistently putting in the work, man. Anyways, let's listen to this interview.
How did you get in the group D4L? How did you come in contact with Shawty Lo?
Wow, I was already a part of the music scene. I was, like I was telling you earlier, I was in a group with Young Dro, and we was on the same label that Drummer was on, you know, with the Left, Right, Left. So everybody knew it was like a whole little squad over there. And Drummer went to jail for some random stuff, and Raheem started focusing, Raheem the Dream, which was the label on at the time. He had me and Young Dro on the bench or whatever. And after that situation didn't work out, I ended up back in Bankhead, back on the block, you know, doing the same stuff, but I started going to the club with the name that I had, you know, and the recognition that I was already getting or whatever. You know, I started battling Shawty Lo groups and stuff that he was putting up there. And it was tough, you know, against me. Okay. And so Lo, you know, we started going to play basketball and stuff together. He started coming picking me. And you got to understand, like, Lo been Lo, R.I.P. Shawty, R.I.P. Shawty. Everybody hold their L's up, you know. He been Shawty since I was in high school.
Okay.
So he used to throw like these basketball games and stuff in the hood. And whereas you might be beefing with this hood, Shawty would have that, you know, down on the court. So everybody, you know, had respect for each other. So that was, you know, probably one of the reasons why that group was able to connect, you know, the way we was, because we're from 5 different hoods.
Oh, okay. And, was there tension?
Yeah, it was always tension. It was always tension because, you know, everybody done lost somebody, you know,
but
on every
Shawty Lo made sure that none of that.
He was Godfather.
Again, shout out to Sean Anthony for letting me use that footage for this interview. Y'all go subscribe to him. I watched a bunch of his content, and y'all, he gotta be one of the best interviewers I've seen on YouTube. What an underrated platform. He deserves all the viewership that he gets, so y'all go run him up, subscribe to him. Anyways, a lot of people remember D4L and think of the 4 main rappers that were in it, but the sheer size of it in reality shows how massive Lo's influence was becoming. According to Fabo, there were at least 100 different members in D4L.
And there's 100 of us. You know what I mean? Everybody look at the 4, 3 or 4 people that was there, me, Shawty Lo, Moot B, and Stunt. You're looking at all of us or whatever, and you like, you know, it's just us. Nah, it's like 100 of us. It's 100 of us. You feel what I'm saying? Whereas you just seen just 4. So D4L was never really a group. It was basically who was on that song. Like,
gotcha.
You know, I was a solo artist. I was a solo artist in jail. You know what I mean?
Lo was successfully able to put together a team, and they recorded a few tracks that Lo planned on using as singles to get the group off the ground. But before anything could get released, pretty much the whole squad went to jail. including Shawty Low. But before they went to jail, Low met with Fabo while Fabo was on the run from police, and during their meeting, the two penned a song called Bet You Can't Do It Like Me that would eventually officially put them directly in the mainstream spotlight.
I was on the run, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. I was in the group, but it was from Low saying, yeah, boom, we did another album before that, Mook B, let me stay at the shout out to Mook B. And we did another album before that, we had some hot songs. We gon' ride, we gon' roll. And if you go back and find that CD cover, you'll see 100 people like on that cover, you know what I mean? And that you can see all of us, Baby Girl, you know, Duke Red, all of us, everybody who's in the group. And you know, I like to tell the story, you know, that Shawty was already who he was. Like, who you knew him to become, he was already that person to me in high school. Like, and I'm way out of high school when I got with D4L. Like, this like 10 years later, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotcha.
So, you know, to us, Shawty was already a rock star. Like, you know, that's, so when you got to know Shawty, I already knew him like that in high school. Like,
yeah, right.
You know, he was always that same person, you know. So it was already an entity. Like, and I came in like a draft pick, like from the club. Like, I'm at the pool palace, rocking the pool palace, boom. When I went on the run, Shawty Low pulled up in front of my house in the Denali, like, yo, cuz, you wanna go play basketball? I'm like, you want me to go play basketball? Like, nigga, like, it's like Elvis just pulled up in front of my door. Like, I went out there, no shoes on and everything. Like, my life just changed in that moment. Like, cause, you know, that's what I was doing. I played basketball a little bit too.
Yeah.
So, you know, and Shawty came and got me, kept coming to get me. And then we did the Bet You Can't Do It Like Me in the car. Like, and that's how it happened.
Unfortunately, Fabo and Low would still be in jail when it dropped, but when Fabo got out, they capitalized off the buzz Bet You Can't Do It Like Me created and made another song called Laffy Taffy that would catapult their careers to even higher levels.
And you know, like, I formed a group like the end of 2002, beginning of 2003. By 2005, let me see, 2004, then when we had got the song Bet You Can't Do It Like Me, but I ended up going to prison. And they had helped me do the song, Bet You Can't Do It Like Me, but when I was in prison, they was like, look, but everybody be singing your part, like when it come to at the end of the song, I was like, for real? So it was kind of exciting me. Then about 3 months before I came home, I had called Stud, and Stud said, but we got another song called Laffy Taffy. And I was like, man, Laffy Taffy, I was like, let me hear it. So I'm listening from the jail, I'm listening. So I'm saying to myself, man, you tripping. I said, man, this ain't it. He said, well, I'm telling this song here, boy, they said this song hard, Bitch Can't Do It Like Me. I said, well, you gotta be crazy. I'm thinking Bitch Can't Do It Like Me the one. I come home with, like, I had a little surprise party for me in this club called Vegas Nights. And when that song came on, Laffy Taffy, I ain't never seen the energy so crazy from the people. And either I go back to the streets, or either I go here with this music. And, you know, I went forward with the music, man, you know.
Girl, shake that Laffy Taffy, that Laffy Taffy, shake that Laffy Taffy, shake that Laffy Taffy, girl, shake that Laffy Taffy, that Laffy Taffy. I'm looking for Mrs. Mama, I'm Mr. Chico's dick, I wanna
The group took this song and several others and put it on their first album, and nobody could have anticipated the success that it would have. Laffy Taffy alone sold over 175,000 copies when it dropped, marking at the time what was a new all-time high for digital sales of a song, with a total of 510,000 sold during the first 12 weeks on the chart, where the song sit at #1 for several weeks in a row before eventually going 3 times platinum. This song was a massive success, but the album that it was on would unfortunately be the first and last album that D4L dropped. Not that there was turmoil or anything amongst the members, Low just decided that he was gonna do it differently. Admittedly, he felt like Fabo was outshining him, and as a boss, I'm sure that probably didn't feel good, but it didn't kill the friendships D4L had. Low just moved forward with the solo career. He wrote and recorded his first solo record titled I'm the Man, and made a mixtape also titled I'm the Man with DJ Scream.
Then a couple of months later, as I was out doing my thing, Crutchby came with me in the studio one day. They said, look, get what people saying in the street. I'm like, what? He said, they said D4L ain't shit without Fabo. And that's when I kind of took it offense, but I really didn't say to them. Then when I used to go to the studio late at night, and I used to be kind of drunk, high, whatever, and I used to be trying to write, and that's when I came up with the song, I'm the Man, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I was feeling. And when I did that song, we took it to the pool palace. That was the first song I ever did by myself. So I took it to the pool palace and gave it to T-Rock. And, you know, I did a couple more songs, did the mix T with DJ Scream, and the streets were going bananas.
On December 4, 2007, Shawty Lo released They Know, his solo commercial debut single. The single charted in the top 40 of the US Billboard Hot 100 chart. On February 26, 2008, his solo debut studio album named Units in the City was released. The album featured guest appearances from Shawty Lo's D4L cohorts, as well as Gucci Mane and a few other people. Units in the City peaked at number 14 on the US Billboard Hot 200 chart and at number 2 on the top rap albums charts, selling over 160,000 copies. The album spawned 2 other singles, one called Dun Dun and the remix to Foolish. Shawty Lo also released a music video for the album cut called Got 'Em for the Low. The songs They Know and Foolish were officially both remixed with new verses from several high-profile artists, including people like Ludacris, Young Jeezy, Plies, Lil Wayne, DJ Khaled, Birdman, Rick Ross, and Jim Jones. The Foolish music video also included cameo appearances from Pitbull, Jadakiss, and Ace Hood. In late 2008, Shawty Lo started working on a new album entitled Carlos. Artists that were to be featured on the album included Rick Ross, T-Pain, Lil Kim, Bun B, Nate Butler, Life Jennings, Maya, T.I., Lil Wayne, and Gucci Mane. On December 8, 2008, Shawty Lo released a song from the album entitled Supplier that had Trey Songz and Lil Wayne on it. On March 9, 2009, Shawty Lo released a song titled Roll the Dice, and this song was known for marking the end to a feud he was having with another rapper named T.I., but we'll get to that in a minute. On March 23, 2009, Shawty Lo announced that he had changed his second album's title from Carlos to I Am Carlos, and its release date will be June 3, 2009. On April 27, 2010, Shawty Lo will release a new single titled Atlanta, Georgia, which featured vocals from Gucci Mane, Ludacris, and The Dream. On June 10, 2011, during an interview he had with allhiphop.com, Shawty Lo confirmed that he had signed a new label deal with G-Unit Records after it was reported that they were in talks to have a merger.
What's up, it's Kid 50. Shawty Lo in the building?
Yeah.
Tony Yayo, Mr. Hawaiian Snow himself, man.
Got that one, all right.
Hey, so some different faces in here from what we're used to seeing.
Exactly.
And it's a beautiful thing. Shawty Lo, congratulations on the new signing.
I appreciate it, big homie. Around like November of last year, I came out my situation with Asylum. And a lot of record labels, you know what I'm saying, want to have a meeting with me like around in February. So I set dates for me to go up to New York for a week to have a meeting, and G-Unit had got added to the list. I already did a song with Tony Yayo, and I guess, you know, Tony Yayo told 50, you know what I'm saying, it was a low free agent or whatever. So, you know, I ain't think, you know what I'm saying, like, when G-Unit got added to the list, I ain't know that was gonna be it. I had about two names on top of my list, but you know, like when I went up there, you know, when I sat down with 50, we had like a 7-hour meeting, and you know, it was great, you know. 50, you know, his life story is so like mine, you know what I'm saying? I was coming up, and you know, I love what came out of me, and you know, I'm muscling my hood, Bankhead, you know, and so I signed with Muscle. I'm the first artist to have a label deal at G-Unit.
Now, it was later clarified by Shawty Lo that he had not actually signed as an artist, but instead he had signed his label D4L Records to G-Unit South, which was a subsidiary record label of G-Unit Records.
Lo, like, because people, when they say Shawty Lo signed to G-Unit, they think he's actually signed an artist deal directly to G-Unit, when the project that we're doing is a lot bigger. It's like a joint venture.
Word.
So what it is I had to have private investors invest money to put into a pot so we can actually do the deal that we just did. So it's a $10 million deal. It's just broken. For $10 million is to actually, piece of the $10 million was advanced to Shawty. The rest of the money is there as his actual budgeting for him to actually take artists from southern-based markets and launch them.
You know what? I forgot to tell y'all, man, you know, I got a new situation. I ain't really want to bring it up, man. You know, Shawty Lo is no longer with Warner Brothers, man. My new home, man, is G-Unit.
On July 27, 2011, Shawty Lo would announce that he had changed his second album's title from I Am Carlos to Still Got Units. On June 10, 2014, it was announced that Shawty Lo was working and prepping the release of a new mixtape entitled King of Bankhead, which was released on February 3rd, 2015. His last mixtape was titled Built Not Bought and was released on May 26, 2016. In total, Shawty Lo released 15 mixtapes and 2 studio albums over the course of his career, with his last release being only 4 months before his untimely death. There was another album titled Rico that was released in 2017, but obviously it was a posthumous release and you never know how much he played a part in its creation. But in total, there's about 70 Shawty Lo songs out there in circulation, which is nothing compared to what he said he had recorded. During a phone call with DJ Vlad, Shawty Lo said he had over 160 songs sitting in a vault.
That's how I do it. You know, I just keep working. Like, let's say I'm a man for a folk. After it was finished, I was already working on my new mixtape. I already working on, you know what I'm saying? I probably got almost 20-some songs ready, but I'm working on that next 200 right now.
I feel you. Wow, 200 songs. That's crazy.
I ain't get to 200. I got close to it. It's probably about 160. I got close to it. But you know, I'm working though.
So you have 160 songs in the can right now.
Yeah, 160. About 161 to be exact.
You're gonna be like Tupac, man. You're gonna die and have like 10 albums come out like after you're gone.
I'm trying.
Either way, he had an impressive body of work and an impressive run in the game, but it didn't come without his controversies. As soon as Lo started to take off in his solo career, he found himself in a beef with another Atlanta rapper who had his own motion in the music industry and was claiming he was the king of Bankhead.
Put my thoughts on the paper, man. And that's, you know what I'm saying, that's Shawty Lo, you know what I'm saying. My name been ringing, music ain't jumped me out, you know what I'm saying. I heard you did a little bit of time in jail. Yeah, I ain't really served too much time, you know what I'm saying. 5 lawyers on deck. Did about a year, man, you know what I'm saying. I'm facing about 40, man, with 3 different cases, man. What up, big dog? So I made that song feel good to be here, man. Did 3 fellas, man, and all I did is a year. It was hard, man. At one time, I thought I might get a little time, man, but I ain't had to go to no jury trial. I ain't had to do nothing, man, but, you know what I'm saying? I had to lay down, man. They wouldn't let me out no more this time, though, but I ain't beating down case, but I got a year for each case, man. The lawyer got everything ran in concurrent. Yeah. And I'm finna take you out through, you know what I'm saying, where I'm from, where I was born and raised, the project. It's called Bowen's Homes. We're pulling up on it right now, so we're finna get you to turn in and let you see it. You know what I'm saying? Born Home, it's like Born Home, it's an artist itself. This is the part, man, when I was born and raised. See right here, I'm gonna pull up and let you see it. It was my home. My grandma died right here. I seen her towed out of there. She died from cancer. But as a young, I used to come out here. I'm gonna show you what I used to do. I used to walk this pole, man. I'm sorry, I don't know if I still got it, man. I got my balance on. I used to walk this pole right here. I used to walk it. You still got it, brother. Hold on. All right. I can't get it no more. It's shaking. If it wasn't shaking, I used to walk it all the way down when I was younger, though. They say I'm ghetto stuff, man. I love the hood, man. 10, man, my studio, man. I'm trying to get my homies still. I'm gonna preview that real shit, man. I don't nigga bring you on that bankhead like they here, man. No security, man. Walk down and move where you want to. Whatever we want to do, nigga. Walk down and take it to the hood net, man. It's yellow.
Said you got 2 rappers that can come home with no problem, huh?
No problem, man. You know what I'm saying? I told them all the rappers, they rapping, man. I really lit it, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you check me one nigga, you know, come out here, you know what I'm saying? Man, look at all the shit I got on, man. Look at all this shit, man. Just come sit right here on the, you know what I'm saying, the one of the If not the Dangerous Project, you know what I'm saying, in Georgia or in Atlanta, just born home, man. All Bankhead.
During Shawty Lowe's come up, he often referred to himself as the king of Bankhead, a feeling and title that him and everyone around him felt like he deserved. The hood clearly had love for Low, and he clearly felt the same way. This is the place he spent his whole life in, the place that he called home, and these are the people that he was looking out for. Low knew everybody, and everybody knew him. So when another rapper started claiming to be the king and hollering Bankhead on every song, Low felt some type of way. A rapper that Low previously mentioned as the person who he listened to and was inspired by was T.I. And T.I. was the rapper now claiming to be the king. When Low first started rapping, he had a song called Let's Get It, and he wanted T.I. to be a feature on this song. However, T.I. refused to do the record and also refused to acknowledge Low anytime he talked about Bankhead. This caused some initial friction between the two, but it would ramp up when Low felt like he was personally dissed by T.I. on his hit record Big Things Poppin'. For starters, the video started out with T.I. and his clone in a tour bus working out. The clone had a pair of shades on that resembled the iconic shades that Shawty Low was known for wearing, and T.I. made it a point to mention these shades in the video.
What's the matter? Shade holding you down, huh, superstar?
It wasn't just that though. He also had bars on this song where he said, I said it on the king and them lames started laughing and them same suckers now want the king on the track with them. Lyrics that Low felt like was a reference to T.I. refusing to do the song with him.
But actually, let's get into the beef a little earlier. How did it really start off between you and T.I.?
First came to be a rapper, you know. I used to be a big fan of T.I., you know. I still don't dislike him, you know. Like around 2006, he probably got on one of my songs called Let's Get It. But I guess he heard I had a King song in the street. I guess he felt like he'd on the King, so he said he wouldn't get on my song. So it was cool. I ain't sweat it. So about a couple of months later, he brought a song out called Big Stuff Poppin'. Right. He said, I said I was king, and the lane started laughing at him. Same sucker now want the king on the track with him. So I was like, damn.
So that's sort of wow, okay.
I couldn't believe it, you know what I'm saying? So
Shawty Low responded directly to T.I. in a song called Dun Dun, where he took aim at the new contender for the title of King of Bankhead.
That's when I wrote my song called Dun Dun It All. He said you're from the west side, it must be two side.
Hey, I'm hot, they say I'm burning up. Me the red, I'm finna turn it up. Yeah, add the fire to the flame. Who mentioned Bankhead didn't say my name. He said it from the west side, damn, it must be two sides. Dun dun it all, dun dun it all, dun dun it all.
Tell me how like this shit got started, man. What was like the first strike? Cause a lot of times shit be happening before people even realize this shit going on. You know what I mean?
Actually, like, you know, it started probably about like let me see, what is it? 08? I think it was 2007. Around, yeah, probably around about February, March of 07. I had a song called Let's Get It that T-Lap would have got on. And I guess he heard I had a King song in the street.
K-I-N-G, yeah, this me.
He didn't get on it, but I was cool about it. It didn't make no difference. He got on in that. So he came back on that song, Big Shit Poppin', sent a shout out to me. Cause I said I was king and the lane started laughing at him. Saying, sucker now want the king on the set with him. Well, that way it started at. And he did that, I made Dun Dun. Dun Dun It All. Since he ain't called my name, I ain't called his name. You know, I ain't want to think I was going there, cause you know, I was just starting my shit up, so I just, you know, I made Dun Dun. The people in the South knew I was talking about.
Now that's Shawty Low's version of how this thing got started, and T.I.'s account of what happened wasn't much different. He explained in the interview on the In Apartments podcast, saying that Shawty Low had sent the song over, but he absolutely did not feel it. Basically, he thought it was a trash record, and that's what he told his homie, who Low was using to basically broker the deal to try to get the feature. T.I. just refused, but after pressure from Low, he finally told his mans to tell him he would do it for $30,000. And Low, being who he is and feeling like the boss of Bankhead, took this as the utmost disrespect. I mean, T.I. was claiming his hood, but refusing to work with him or acknowledge Low's movement.
Nigga make the song. All right, and you hear it. What was your first reaction to that?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, right? So first of all, What people don't know is the reason he made that song, it was because I didn't get on a song that he wanted me to get on for them. But that just wasn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a lyricist, the music that they were doing, I didn't feel it fit me. It wasn't, you know, and they just kept, you know, he just kept calling Clay or telling Clay like, what's up? When he gonna do it? What's up? And I kept telling Clay, no, this ain't it. This ain't it. I ain't doing it. And Clay was like, man, you just need to come on and do it, bro. I'm like, man, I don't feel it. It ain't for me. And so then I said, well, just tell him 30,000 then if you want me to do it. And he got upset because of that.
Now, T.I. added a bunch more context to the situation during this interview, though, saying that for him, this whole thing started way before rap, when T.I. was just a shorty trying to make it out the hood. Remember that before Shawty Lo was a rapper, he was in the streets. He was actually a big-time dealer in this area, and T.I. said that one time when he was on the come-up, he was trying to move a little work, too. He recalled meeting Shawty Lo one time and trying to get Shawty to hook him up with some work, but Shawty basically refused and told him to get his weight up and kept it pushing. Now, when T.I. refused to do the feature with Shawty Lo, he didn't realize that this was the same dope boy who had refused to put him on back in the day. But once T.I. did realize that Shawty Lo was the same Carlos who was running the block back in the day, he decided to really stand on business, basically telling Shawty Lo to get his weight up. The roles had reversed. Back in the day, Lo was bigger in the streets, but a little time had passed and T.I. was now bigger in the rap game. And once he put the two and two together, that Carlos was Shawty Lo, he basically said he knew what time it was and he really wasn't gonna do the record.
And so, but what I did not know at the time, see, I didn't know Shawty Lo and Carlos
Walker was
the same person. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, Carlos I knew very well because I went to Doug and, you know, I knew him with the motherfucking triple gold datings on the goddamn Monte Carlo and, you know, born home and I knew, and what he did not recall that I remember after I made the connection that Shawty Lo with Carlo. You see, when I would ride my bike up and down Bankhead, you know, I wasn't doing too much. I was buying 200 baby. You know, in there and then 4.5, you know what I'm saying? Just get my shit together. And they would shoot dice up there at the, not the Silver Fox, right there in the plaza up there, right? It was a barbershop in there. So they was up there hanging out, doing their thing, shooting their dice or whatever. And I heard they was up there, so I rode my bike up there. I'm trying to get in a position. So I go and I make my way over there to him. He was shooting dice and they got down. I say, hey, what's up? And I said the same thing that any Atlanta nigga say when he wants you when he looking for an opportunity from you.
Yeah.
Fuck with me.
Every nigga funny. Boy, you ain't got that line, boy. Fuck
I was
with
a
me.
little nigga, bro. I'm telling you, I promise I was a little nigga and that nigga was on. He was up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And you know, he looked back and he say, what you doing? I say, man, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like 200, baby, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. That nigga did me just like this. Hit your weight up. Rolled the dice, kept the game going. You see what I'm saying?
Just like Lo.
You see what I'm saying? And I turned around, got back on my bike, and got the fuck on. I ain't never seen nothing there. I ain't raised no hell. You know what I mean? And when I found out that was him, I was like, oh, nigga, get your weight up.
Yeah.
Shit.
It came back in the Reebok.
I mean, but you know, I didn't intentionally do it. Yeah. At first, I did it because I didn't like the song.
And you just said.
Then when I found out that was Carlo, I stood on it.
Now, shortly after these songs were dropped, T.I. found himself caught up in a serious legal.
92Q Jams, the most hip hop and R&B rap attack in your area right now. Super DJ Big L, myself, Raw Mad Flavor, and we are talking to T.I. live from Atlanta, man. So T.I., Shawty Lo in the Dun Dun song basically makes a statement, Bankhead needs to acknowledge me. Does Shawty Lo want T.I., T.I.P. to acknowledge him? I mean, that's the question I want to ask. Does he want T.I. to acknowledge him?
So, who else is from Bankhead that, you know, he would want to be acknowledged from? You know what I'm saying? I don't even really know dude like that. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I ain't really never had no bad words and then, you know what I'm saying? I speak. I know other people who around him, like Mook B, I know him real well. Lil Mark, I know him, you know what I'm saying? Even Fabo, I don't know him as well as I know Mook and Mark, but I know him more than I know Shawty. I mean, like, come on, dog. Who are you for real to be acknowledging like that? You know? Get in the game first. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Get in the game, put up some points. You know, before you go to talking about I wasn't considered for the MVP. I wasn't, man, do something worth considering first.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then you maybe, just maybe, you will be acknowledged. It's just like me saying, you know me, if I would to first come out around, I'm serious and be like, how could Outkast say they from Atlanta, didn't say nothing about me? How could they say, man, ain't nobody thinking about you, man. We've been, and for real, had it not been for me, wouldn't nobody know where Bankhead was.
Wow.
Wasn't nobody over in London yelling Bankhead but me. Wasn't nobody on the West Coast hollering Bankhead and up in New York. Wasn't nobody respecting Bankhead outside Atlanta before. Yours truly. So, I mean, you know, to not acknowledge that fact is, I mean, a reflection of the hater in you. You know, I mean, man, but even still, dog, I wish him the best. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the best he can with what he got, you know, and he putting this little thing together and you know what I'm saying? I guess, you know, he's shocking the world in his own little way, you know what I'm saying? Wow. That's like, I used this analogy and this metaphor before, and I use it quite often because it's true. It's like a dog barking and howling at the moon. Now, that dog don't even know why he barking and howling at the moon. The moon don't care.
Right.
The moon is so far away, the dog can't touch the moon. He can't shut the moon off. The moon just sits there and it shines, regardless. And eventually, the dog will get tired of barking, and he must too admire the moon as it shines.
Right.
So just let the moon shine, dog. Just let the moon shine, dog.
Man, we talking to T.I. live from Atlanta, man. Rap Attack, y'all know how we get it in, man. Hold on. He has some strong words for Shawty Lo. Hold on a second, man. We'll be right back.
And I guess, you know, it's been a couple more months later, he caught a case or whatever. I guess he get off the case. So he come on the radio in Atlanta about a month and a half ago. He hollered my name and saying all kind of stuff about me. So I'm a dog barking at the moon. I'm doing all this here. Yeah. And, you know, so that's when I really exposed him. Cause he rep Bankhead, but he ain't from Bankhead. Right. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Let me get to you right here, right quick, man. Mike Vick ain't never been lost a day in his life. Never, not one day in his life. And that man got time for dog fight. Ticker caught all kind of guns, convicted felon. Murder server, go serve a year later on. You can't buy your way out the Fed. I ain't never seen nobody. You got billionaires in the Fed. You got all kind of Migos and Colombians. My steward went to jail. You got all kind of folks now. Only way out the Feds, man, is you what? Talk.
This beef was starting to pick up steam in the mainstream media, and the next thing that happened in this was that T.I. went on national TV during an MTV show and talked about Shawty Lo with the whole world watching.
Considering everything you're going through, when you have a new artist like Shawty Lo, who's causing friction with you, he's obviously calling you out. You know, he's obviously challenging the throne.
Yeah, I hear
you know. Which, in my opinion, isn't
if
much.
You could call it that.
Well, you know, it's not much different from what you probably would have did coming into the game, if you think about it.
Nah, I mean, I never looked to gain acknowledgement or recognition by mentioning anyone else's name. If it was an issue with me and another person, it was an issue with me and another person. It wasn't a publicity stunt or a marketing tool. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, That's not even, man. That's nowhere near my train of thought right now.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, back when that was my train of thought, we didn't have these problems. But since, you know, it's well known that that ain't what I'm on right now, then, I mean, you know, it's easy to make those comments and take that approach. You know, but...
You see it as competition? You don't take it personally.
I'm sorry. Copper who? Man, that was funny.
Okay.
Nah, man.
Nah.
I mean, I see it as, man, it's a cry for attention, dog. It's a cry for attention. But I mean, dog, at the end of the day, man, Eunice in the city, in stores right now, go get it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's what that for. So maybe now. I'd never been in a position where I felt like, if this person don't mention my name, I will just die.
Okay.
If this person just don't acknowledge me, he's so significant. If he says my name, I'll be straight. I've never put myself in that position. I went for mine and made people say my name.
So where's this gonna go? I mean, what do you think is it gonna end soon? Do you think you just keep taking shots, musically and stuff like that? Is it something more serious than that?
I was gonna let it go. They wanted me to sweep it up under the cover. I was gonna let it go, but he came on MTV saying that it was a publicity stunt. If it was a publicity stunt, I would have mentioned his name on my album. His name is not mentioned on Unison City, period.
Yeah. Shawty Lo responded to this MTV interview by making a hilarious YouTube video where he basically went on a "Have you seen T.I. and Bankhead" campaign where he walked around Bankhead asking random people if they had ever seen T.I. on Bankhead. It even came equipped with a "Have you seen T.I." counter at the top that pretty much remained at 0 throughout the whole video. Y'all watch this.
I swear, man, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm a YouTuber, right? I'm gonna do an interview for you. Okay, it's an interview for YouTube right now, cause I know they might be on YouTube. Look, if anybody know T.I., cause I know everybody at the school or high school didn't like him, so I got a reward, man. If y'all send me the yearbook pictures or something that's showing where he from, man, I will pay y'all personally, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a check for you. All right, any information on where T.I. went to school at, the yearbook, or where he grew up at, man, you know what I'm saying? We trying to find out, man, where he from, man. Have you seen him? It's L.O. I'm Mr. Bankhead. Must be two-sided. Tell me he don't know me. Come on, man.
Y'all done blown home, man. Nigga, what's happening? That's how they seen him, man. What's up, man? I hadn't seen who? He won't know where T.I. from, anywhere this
man, he ain't from down here, man. We from down here, man. MDC, YDC, man. We from down here, man. We do this shit, buddy.
He say he put Bankhead on the map. He might did put Bankhead on the map, man, but
he put Born Home on the map.
He put Born Home. He might put where you from on the map, nigga. I'm telling you. Put where you from on the map.
Call County.
Put where you call County. How you seen him foot? What's his name? T-Lie. T-Lie? What his name, T-Lie? Have you seen him in the Wells back there? T-Lie. He's from Bankhead, man. I didn't have me no question like that. What we do? How you seen him, man? The bunch, how you seen him?
Yeah, I ain't seen that nigga. I don't even know home like that. I don't even know, bro. For real, bro. I don't even know you. Hey, we on Silk Street every day.
Where I'm from, man. What's that, homie? Y'all done seen T.I. on Bankhead before? You done seen T.I. on Bankhead before? What about?
You said it that way?
You know you making it up. Y'all tell them what my name is, man. Who run Bankhead, y'all? Who T.I.? Y'all know T.I.?
That's lame, man.
I ain't trying to hate on your homie, man, but you know, you should have got on the radio talking, man. I ain't never hollered your name, so you holler mine.
In the streets of the A right now, Shawty Lo.
These folks don't know where T.I. from.
He from Clayton County.
Jennifer, you ever seen T.I. on Bankhead? No, sir. I'm trying to get somebody to vouch for you, homie. I know you're a good rapper and all. I can't take that from you, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't do a lot in the game, partner. You say you put Bankhead on the map, man, but you ain't from here up there. That's where we from, man. Bankhead, man.
I don't know why I'm going wrong in prison, huh?
Hey, you seen T.I. Bankhead?
I ain't seen that little bit ass nigga, man. That nigga, man. I know he's from Center Hill, though. Yeah, I believe that. I see him. Yeah.
Hey, you seen T.I. on Bankhead, man?
I ain't never seen him on Bankhead.
That's all I want to know.
See on Bankhead every day. Sit right low.
Let's get it, man.
Yeah, I'm so fly. When the Bankhead till the day I die.
This one original from Bankhead, man. You know what I'm saying? We won't know, man. How you seen T.I.? How you seen him? Y'all go try to keep y'all ice cream. Come on.
Let's go. Let's go.
Y'all go try to keep truck, man. What we won't know, man? How y'all seen T.I.? Is he from Bankhead?
Man, we ain't seen no motherfucker wearing these motherfucking bricks, man. For real, man.
He claims, we know the man claims, I'm come from one hood to the other hood.
Man, we already know who you be, Shawty Low, baby, man. Why you say you pull up in that bank, yeah, they already know. They already know who you motherfucker be, man. This motherfucker Shawty Low, man.
That's all I'm
real, man.
Yeah. I got a question for you niggas, man. How come Mike Vick in jail fighting dogs, man? And these niggas getting knocked with motherfucking pistols, and they running around here with more security.
He ain't never been locked up before.
Oh, God, he ain't got no felonies.
He ain't got no drugs.
I'm on the other side, man, the third side.
Now, this was a power move on Shawty Low's part because, I mean, it just don't look good when you claim you from one place and somebody goes there and everybody's saying that you're not. And people really thought Shawty Low had this thing on lock, but underneath all the pressure and scrutiny, T.I. actually made a move that a lot of people would consider him essentially delivering the final blow to this beef. And that's when he dropped his song, What's Up, What's Happening, and then went to the Bowen Holmes apartment and shot the music video at the Bowen Holmes apartment. And I mean, he kicked out a lawn chair, sat in front of the Bowen Holmes apartment complex sign, and was talking mad reckless on this record.
Some boxing gloves and just throw you on the ring and just like have fun, and then
he'll lose. You know, I'm gonna shoot for real. You know what I'm saying? He'll lose. T.I. So you know, I can't beat T.I. at rapping or talking. You know, it's like he's just like a woman. You know what I'm saying? He not a talk. But at the same time though, you know, he want to come at me. But 50 Cent just came on the air talking about him, and he said he don't respond.
Have you talked to 50 since that?
No, I ain't talked to him yet. But he said, but he don't respond to 50 though. You know what I'm saying? But he gonna come and say something to me.
He took a little jabs at you too in his performance later in the night too, where
he did the job.
Yeah, he was doing your dance.
Yeah,
exactly.
I stayed it to
you guys didn't run into each other backstage or anything?
Yeah,
oh, you did?
I ran into him back there. You know, I walked up on him and I dapped him down. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, was he gonna dap me down? I looked him right in the eye. He looked at me for a second, and then he went on to dap me down.
Following this, T.I. was preparing to launch his 2008 album Paper Trail, and one of the singles from this album was titled No Matter What. It was an introspective song where T.I. kind of reflects on the whole thing and said in an interview with MTV that most of the first verse was written about Shawty Low and the beef that they had. He said, I would say that I recorded it probably around the holidays or January, something like that. That was when the hate was real fresh and I was counted out by most. I see things, hear things, observe things. When I sat down to write it, all those things, the things that seemed most important just came out. I didn't intentionally write about one thing or another. I just wrote from the heart about the things that stuck with me throughout the whole ordeal. It just came out at the time. This beef would hit its breaking point during the 2008 Dirty Awards ceremony after Shawty Low took the stage and performed a couple of his hit records. During the 3rd annual Dirty Awards at the Atlanta, Georgia International Center, members of T.I. and Shawty Low's camps got into a physical altercation, according to reports. Low put the blame on the head of Grand Hustle Records, T.I., while T.I. refused to comment on everything right after it happened. Shawty Low told MTV News, I didn't go and start nothing. If they rewind the cameras, they'll see how I started. I'm a man. I respect every man as a man. If a man disrespects me, what am I supposed to do? T.I. needs to contain his people. We're not staying that down. I perform my music. 107.9 called me to perform. I didn't come here to start no beef with him. I gave Tip a shout out at the BET Awards. Apparently, as he was performing his hits such as They Know and Dun Dun, Low told MTV that members of Tip's Grand Hustle family record label, most notably his artist Alpha Mega, came out of their seats, stood in front of the stage, and started mean mugging. Shawty Low said, basically, I didn't start anything about Tip. I was performing my music. During Foolish, all of them was coming in front of the stage doing their mugging. After Dun Dun, I performed the diss record, Don't I? That's what made them mad I performed the diss record. I ain't gonna lie, they was disrespecting me. I wasn't gonna let them disrespect me. Apparently, as Low was rapping the track, eyewitnesses said that T.I.'s crew started throwing chairs on stage at Shawty Low and his crew. Shawty Low said he didn't know who threw the first chair, but he thought it was Big Country, which was a member of T.I.'s record label.
Get out y'all motherfucking seats, man. Get up my motherfucking little homie, shout hello, man. Yeah. Who's the man from Bankhead? They already know. That's Shawty Low. Who? That's Shawty Low. Let's go. Hey, hey, what's that? That's Shawty Low. Hey, that's. Okay, what's happening? Louder, louder. Say this, Shawty Low. Okay, that's Shawty Low. Who the man from Bankhead? You already know. Who? That's Shawty Low. Who? That's Shawty Low. Okay, everywhere I be, and everywhere I go. Hey, that's Shawty Low. That's Shawty Low. Pull up in the hood, show love to my foe. That's Shawty Low. Who? That's Shawty Low. I'm a boss, and I'm my T.I. And I got the same kind of girls like T.I. Been that way since T.I. Real dope boy, so you know I trap a design. My boy L.A. standing in front of the stage. I got something for L.A., man. Yeah. Where L.A.? Yes. Drop that shit, Swamp. What's that? It's on me. It's on me. Let's go. Okay. Don't I know this nigga? Don't I think he's funny? Don't I know this nigga really sound like Shane Funny? Don't I be a threat? Don't I be a vet? Don't I be that nigga that refers some petty shit?
Now, Shawty Low had D4L on stage with him, and him and his camp were taken to the back after the whole thing went down, and the show was temporarily suspended. Surprisingly, it resumed shortly after, and that's when things got strange. Shawty Low told the news that he ran into T.I. backstage, and T.I. suggested an immediate closed-door meeting, and Low agreed to it. Low said, he told me that the beef was over with. I said, if the beef was let go, me and you have to publicize it. We have to do it together. And he agreed to do that, and we shook hands in the back room. But apparently, the tension was far from over. With the show back in session, Low and his people were allowed back at their seats. T.I. got on stage to accept an award, and during his speech, a witness said that T.I. declared that if somebody got a problem with me, do something better than me. And soon after that comment, he started performing a song called Ain't I that was recorded by his artist Young L.A.
It's so great to be noticed for something positive for a change, you know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't really, you know, I ain't never been one to waste too much time on nothing negative, man. I'm all about, you know, forward progression. I'm all about advancement. I'm all about coming from nothing and turning that into something. And anything that ain't got nothing to do with that ain't got nothing to do with me, you dig? Now, I know it's a lot of times, you know, you find yourself in positions around people who don't like you. But most of the time, that's just because they don't like their damn self, you know? So, With all due respect, you dig? I wish everybody in here the absolute best. I want y'all to keep doing what y'all doing, and if you got a problem with what I'm doing, you can shut me up by doing something better. I appreciate y'all time.
Once again, man, thank everybody, man, for all the support, man, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, you know. I would have never thought at the beginning of the year that I'd be having the best year of my career, you know what I'm saying? I gotta thank all y'all for that, bro, like real talk, man, 100. Now, it's almost the end of the night, you dig, but I don't think we need to get up out of here, man, before we do one of the hottest songs in the city, you understand, man? So, homeboy, could we go crank this thing up like we supposed to?
Apparently, they didn't get through the entire record because during the performance, Alpha Mega and others in the Grand Hustle camp got into a scuffle with Low's D4L squad. Shawty Low said that Alpha jumped off stage to approach him and his crew, but a witness said that Alpha was never on stage, just standing on the side. But everyone agreed that a melee took place during Ain't I, which ended the Dirty Awards for good that night.
Thank you and good night, everybody. That concludes the 2008 Dirty Awards.
And he was escorted off stage and out of the show once the mini brawl began. Shawty Low maintained that the two parties were cut off by police before they ever came to actual blows. Police did start shooting pepper spray at people though, and Shawty Low was hitting the eyes, saying they sprayed me in my face. I couldn't see nothing. However, that would be the pinnacle of this beef, because in a move that can only be called honorable, the two both decided to squash the beef like men without any further violence occurring when they both took the stage on March 7, 2009 and performed and then just talked it out. In an interview with MTV News, Low said, after that last altercation at the Dirty Awards, I told him my side of the story. We talked for like 15 minutes. We decided in 2009, we're coming in with the clean slate, and he's finna go in. What better place to do that than in Bankhead at Club Crucial? It was unexpected. We already talked. Me being the man, I just went up there and the crowd went crazy. They was shocked. We dapped each other up as soon as I hit the stage, and it was a good feeling. Despite the beef between the two being dead, Low said that making a song with T.I. was probably premature at that point, but it wasn't impossible. He said, we don't know. And then he walked off to go join the others that were at the club. In a separate interview that T.I. did with MTV, he said, see, I'm a grown man. These situations are not that major for me, you know? It's always more blown up in the media than it is in my mind. That's nothing to me. I never even considered it to be a big deal to begin with, so something like that, I just didn't do it for publicity. I'm not doing it for the purposes of taking pictures and for people online to talk about it and people on TV to talk about it. As a man, I don't mean anybody no harm. I wish everybody the best. I ain't never been a hater. I congratulate success and I move on and keep doing what I'm doing. Shawty Low then released his song Roll the Dice, which officially marked an end to this beef.
I used to
You know, I don't pick records. I guess I work hard, you know. The Roll the Dice is the record I wrote, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no beat song, you know what I'm saying? I wrote about me and T.I. You know what I'm saying? This is how I wrote it after the Dirty Awards, you know. Okay. You know, a lot of folks thought it was this song, you know what I'm saying? Couple of my niggas out my count, they were like, nah, look, don't write that. Don't even put that out. You know, but it's how I felt. You know, I told my side of the story. I told what happened.
Now, during his At Apartments podcast, T.I. told a story that I thought was pretty funny. It gave me a chuckle about how during their beef, T.I. was sitting at a red light in Atlanta and Shawty Low happened to pull up beside him. And I thought I would add it in here because it gave me a chuckle. Y'all listen to this story.
I'm gonna tell you some funny ass shit, man. I ain't said. I might do it in my stand up. I'm gonna tell you some funny ass shit. Nigga, this is before I drop What's Up, What's Happening. I'm in my car, I'm driving down Bankhead, and I think my partner who riding with me was smoking. So, you know, at the light, and we were playing some music. I think we were playing like I was playing some new music of mine, but I was playing the shit off a burnt CD or some shit. And goddamn, you know, if it's a CD with just one song on it, when it stopped playing,
it'll loop.
Yeah, well, nah, I popped it out.
Oh,
and when I popped it out, so two things would happen. I was pulling the CD out, and he was dumping the debris at the side of the window. So the window was down, pulled the CD out, on the motherfucking radio, pop song, Shawty Low song. It wasn't They Know, it was the other one.
Undone.
Yeah. And I'd be damned if this nigga didn't pull up on the side of me at the light while I'm playing this nigga song. This nigga pulled right the fuck up. I look over, I said, oh man, God. I ran the light,
Yeah, like I said, that basically ended the beef between T.I. and Shawty Low. And even here recently, T.I.'s been on podcast and he's even acknowledged that Shawty Low is in fact the real king of Bankhead.
The Shawty Low shit. He's my dog Low.
Yeah, long live Shawty Low, man. King of Bankhead. Shawty Low didn't only hold the King of Bankhead title, he also had another more unofficial title, which was the most fertile rapper in Atlanta. Shawty Low, although he was relatively still young, had 11 children while he was alive with 10 different baby mamas. All of his kids were birthed before he was a rapper, while he was still in the streets, and I'm sure y'all can imagine that this many kids with this many women probably made for some pretty interesting situations. Well, you wouldn't be the only one who thought that, because Shawty Low was able to turn this hilariously bad situation into a giant W. Well, kind of. Let me explain. After Low dropped a slew of hit records and had his public back and forth with T.I., his name was buzzing more than ever before. And after talking with 50 Cent and working with him, it seemed like Low picked up some game, because just like 50 seen an opportunity outside of rap with television and movies, Low seen the same. The Oxygen Network announced that it would be launching a reality television show where the plot was basically to follow the lives of Shawty Low and 7 of his 10 baby mamas in an attempt to document their circumstances for everybody's entertainment.
The TV, and you better have Fox News on, but in case you change the channel, there's some crazy stuff in TV land these days. Check out All My Baby's Mamas, a reality show starring rapper Shawty Low and the 10 women who had 11 of his kids.
So you guys, he might be known as a rapper, but here in Atlanta, he's known for having 11 kids and 10 baby mamas. My name is Ikria. They say I'm the first lady. I'm the baby mama with the most power because I control Shawty's finances. Everybody good? Anybody need anything else? Amanda, she's a jealous baby mama.
Yeah, whatever, that's your daddy, but I'm your mama. You better listen.
It's scheduled to air this spring on the Oxygen Network, and it's creating a bunch of controversy already, some claiming it's an attack on African-American families.
Yeah, so even getting offered the show was a massive W for Low, but this actually would not end with the show airing on TV. And that's because not everybody was fond of the show. Oxygen's official announcement for the show said Oxygen will give fans an intimate look at unconventional families with larger than life personalities and real emotional stakes. All My Baby's Mamas will be filmed with outrageous and authentic over-the-top moments that our young, diverse female audience can tweet and gossip about. This bold new series shows every second of the drama-filled lives surrounding a unique, modern family unit as they navigate their financially and emotionally connected lives. As the household grows, sometimes so does the dysfunction, leaving the man of the house to split his affection multiple ways while trying to create order. With humor at heart, this dynamically linked family must find a way to all get along. but sharing your man with several opinionated women is bound to create issues. Will there be a conflict over a family holiday? Who needs school supplies and who holds the household finance purse strings? Or can these feisty baby mamas band together and live peacefully as one unit? Almost as soon as the news broke that this show was coming out, we seen several petitions pop up calling for the Oxygen Network to cancel the show. One of these petitions was started by a woman named Sabrina Lamb, who said, as dysfunctional and violent as so-called reality shows are, could you ever imagine a 1-hour spectacle where 11 children are forced to witness their 10 unwed mothers clamor for financial support, emotional attention, and other rewards from Shawty Low, the apathetic father? Could you imagine Oxygen Media, known for violent programming targeting young women with stereotypical images, would consider the embarrassment that those children will experience being used as entertainment? Could you imagine that Oxygen Media would use a slur against mothers, fathers, and children and entitle this debacle "All My Baby's Mamas"? Tragically, this day has come. What is the difference between this train wreck and other reality trash which clogged the airwaves? Anyways, this petition got over 13,000 signatures to take the show down. Basically, there was just a bunch of outrage regarding the show, so I searched online hard to try to find the original footage of this television show, and I did eventually find it. And as far as I can tell, this is gonna be like the only existing copy available on like YouTube, if the copyright system lets me get away with it. If it don't, it won't even be in here. But with that being said, let's take a look at what this reality show was gonna look like, y'all. If you ask me, it wasn't as bad as some people was making it out to be, but regardless, there was a petition that got 13,000 signatures, so the show was canceled by the Oxygen Network after that outpour and backlash that they received from it.
The Oxygen Network has just caved under public pressure and canceled the all-new reality special, All My Baby's Mamas, after public outcry turned to outrage. The Oxygen special was to follow the life of rapper Shawty Low and his 11 kids by 10 women. But the mere concept caused an uproar with a petition that demanded that Oxygen pull the plug. I spoke with the woman behind the petition about the reason for her outrage, and here's what she told me.
But you don't have the right, without criticism from the world, to trot your children, to bring your children along to witness your toxic behaviors. In this particular pilot, you saw the women engage in juvenile female power struggles. You saw them fight for the reward, the emotional reward, the financial support of this one supposed to be father. There was a countdown where he tried to remember the names of his children, and then the blatant message is unprotected is good.
Yeah. Well, Sabrina, obviously very passionate and determined there, and tonight successful in her efforts. And now, for the very first time since Oxygen pulled the plug on All My Baby's Mamas, rapper Shawty Low is speaking out, joining us tonight from Atlanta for this Showbiz Newsmaker exclusive, and I appreciate you being here.
How you doing, Mr. Hamer?
I'm doing very well, and you heard Sabrina there, Shawty Low. Do you get why she and so many people so desperately wanted your show booted from the air?
Well, you know, I feel Sabrina, she probably just seen a 13-minute clip. She did not get the show chance to get going and see what's going on. Basically, the show was basically going to be about me showing how I deal with my 11 kids and my 10 baby mothers. And basically, I haven't had a child in 11 years. I've been a rapper, Shawty Low, since the year 2006. So, you know, I'm in my children's lives, financial, emotional, and physical. But it was not trying to show that about no promoting unprotected, because if I was promoting unprotected, I would have had another child within 11 years.
But let me ask you, was there anything that was to appear in the program that you might have been concerned that your kids were going to see? Because I think that was a big concern of hers. These are kids who are going to be exposed to these different parts of your life, and quite frankly, you were putting them out there for all the world to see.
Well, basically, you know, my life as I grew up hard in Atlanta, Georgia. My projects was Born's Home projects off of Bankhead Highway. And, you know, I was raised, my mother was on drugs, my dad was elsewhere. My grandmother raised me, she died from cancer when I was 17. So, you know, I had no father figure, you know, I had no guidance. And I did a lot of stuff in my life that, you know, I wasn't supposed to. And I don't like to brag about my life story, but I can't be like a very large drug dealer in Atlanta area. And, you know, I was blessed to turn a negative into a positive, but turn my life around. But during that period, I had a lot of kids. And, you know, as I got older, you know what I'm saying, I came to my senses. You know, that was my teen life, but I can't take back what happened, but I'm in my children's life, all of them, 11. And some parents don't take care of one child. I take care of 11 kids.
Well, nearly 40,000 people, as you know, signed this petition saying they didn't want to see your story on TV and All My Baby's Mamas. So what do you say to all of those people tonight?
Basically, you know, it's 40,000 versus it's millions of folks in the world. 40,000, that's a very low number. You know, so we know we got a petition right now, you know, since for the people to sign to say they want to see the show.
So here's the thing. You know, I think a big fear also was that it was going to glorify the idea of what pretty much everybody I've ever spoken with views as something that was irresponsible, having so many kids with so many women. Do you think that given your situation as a dad of 11 kids with 10 women, you are in a position to send the right message about parental responsibility?
Basically, you know, everybody wasn't born with a silver spoon, mister. And basically, like I said, I came from a very hard upbringing. And I can't take back what happened. This is my life story. This is real reality. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm showing right now.
Were you worried though at all, as some people have voiced, that it was just playing into a stereotype?
No, I'm not worried. You know what I'm saying? Why would I be worried when this is something that's real? This is real life. You know what I'm saying? This is not nothing made up. It's a lot of reality shows on TV right to this day. It's way worse than probably what you finna see come from my reality show. I don't think I feel like the problem of this TV reality show was the name, All My Baby's Mamas. I didn't agree to that. I felt like the TV show should have been named Being 21.
Well,
11. Yep.
If you have success with your petition, I know you're petitioning to get the show on the air, you know, maybe you'll have some say in the title. We're going to leave it there, Shawty Low, but thank you very much for giving your side tonight. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And just like that, the show was pulled from the air, and it never did get to see the light of day, but I still thought that it was pretty funny. I mean, y'all watched it with me. It was pretty entertaining stuff. I think people might have just overreacted to what was happening with that whole situation. But that was basically it for Shawty Low's run in television. From here, the story takes a sad turn because not long after all of this, Shawty Low would actually end up losing his life. After numerous hit records and working his way from the bottom to the top, coming straight out of some of the grimiest streets in Atlanta, Shawty Low proved that it don't matter how humble your beginnings are, with hard work and dedication and self-belief more than anything, anybody can make it out the struggle. Unfortunately, Low wouldn't live to see 2017, as on September 21st, 2016, he was killed in a single vehicle accident in Fulton County, Georgia. The crash happened at around 2:20 in the morning when Shawty Low's Audi A7 went over a guardrail, hit 2 trees, and then caught on fire. Low was ejected from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. He had 2 female passengers with him in the vehicle who experienced non-life-threatening injuries and survived the incident. Shortly before the crash, Low was at one of his favorite clubs in Atlanta, the Blue Flame Lounge, an adult entertainment club.
Exit ramp on I-285 is back open after a deadly crash in South Fulton County. We're learning more this morning about the man killed in the wreck, local rapper Shawty Low. Good Day's Natalie Fultz joins us live with the details. Natalie, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Well, Shawty Low's fans on Twitter are sounding off. They're waking up shocked this morning, learning the news of his death. Now, Dish Nation confirmed with Shawty Low's manager that he was the man behind the wheel of the 2016 Audi that was involved in this crash last night here on the Interstate 285 southbound exit ramp on Cascade Road. Now, I want to show you the footage from the scene earlier this morning. Now, Fulton County Police originally said they believed it was a hit and run, but we're learning now now that it was a single vehicle accident. We're told that the driver, who Dish Nation did confirm was Lowe, lost control of the vehicle, struck a tree, and that caused the vehicle to overturn and catch on fire. Now, Lowe was ejected from the vehicle and died here on the scene. There were 2 other people in the car, 2 women. They actually were able to escape the car, and they're okay. They're in the hospital at Grady. They are believed to have non-life-threatening injuries. So that's the latest here. You know, originally they thought it was a hit and run, but now we're learning that it just was a single vehicle accident. And I looked on social media accounts, to Shawty Lowe's social media accounts. He posted just 30 minutes before this accident from the Blue Flame Club here in Atlanta.
I just want to set the tone here. We're off of Donna Lee Hollowell Parkway, right off of 285, not far from the crash scene, but this is the area that many people still refer to as Bankhead Highway. That was the name before. Right across the street there, you see all those folks gathered. That's the studio where he used to record, and that's where they're going to have a vigil tonight. Their daughter's saying that this outpouring of support for the father they love, the man they call daddy, is really moving.
Yeah, Chicago checking in, you know what I'm saying? We out on motherfucking Ocean Drive. Long road, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a sad moment for the hood right now. You fucked us up there, you know what I'm saying? And I'm Lord, though. For real, though. You know what I'm saying?
I love you, bro. Rest in peace, my nigga. Be low.
Trying not to get hit at the same time. We out here, man. Bankhead, R.I.P. L.O., man. Tell him, man, less than 24 hours, we just kicking it, man. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. my guy, Low, man. Hey, man, shout out to Low, man. One of the real nigga on Bankhead, the real king on the west side, President Rocco Lobama, the only nigga to get a BT award straight from the pot, man, and he in the Guinness World Book of Records. The whole D4, the Guinness World Book of Records. Ain't nobody gonna never beat their record. No. So many downloads that nobody never ever in the world beat that record. Chrome.com, at Corey Promo, Instagram, you.
Saturday, man. Urban Certified Production, man. Tacoma, Cali, man. We out here at the Shawty Lowe candlelight visual, man. I just want to say rest in peace to Shawty Lowe. Shawty Lowe was one of the first celebrities to give me a chance with my filming, man. He was the first one. The studio used to be right down there. And when I first started, man, he opened his door. I knocked on the studio door. I had a little camcorder in my hand. And I told him, you know what I'm saying, I was trying to do a hip-hop magazine. And he told me, he said, look, I'm going to close this door. When I open this door back, you start filming. That was the first celebrity that gave me a shot at filming, man. So, and after that, every time I seen him, he remembered me. He knew who I was, man. Good dude, man. Rest in peace, Shawty.
Just a special condolences out to his mom. You know, his mom is everything to him, and it's just hard for everyone. You know, I got the call early this morning, around 4-something this morning. So just unbelievable. It's still like a dream. Feel like I'm in a dream. You know, we just want to be here to support. You know, be here for the family, be here for the kids, and just be here for everybody that supported Shawty Lowe, the whole D4L family. You know, he definitely had a lot of love for everyone out here. You know, he was real, very authentic. Wasn't nothing fake about Shawty Lowe. So, you know, just want everybody to give us in prayers, have prayers, and definitely for the family more than anything. It's not about us. It's not about, you know, the music and everything, but just his family more than anything, because
He definitely want to put a real face on the person. You know, he wasn't just a rapper, family man, like I said, father, friend, you know, uncle, cousin, you know. So definitely, you know, and you know, for we like to call it the city of Bankhead, you know, instead of city of Atlanta. But yeah, for the whole Bankhead or whatever, you know, he was always there. For people who couldn't pay their rent, people who couldn't do for themselves, he was always the one to come through. He was always the person to call. So yeah, definitely just to put a face on the man, not the rapper.
And his legacy will live, because we're going to make sure that his name stay alive, make sure that his music still be put out here. He got a new project that was coming out called Rico, you know, so we're going to make sure that we definitely going to have a memorial service for him and, you know, do something big. Everybody in the city been reaching out to me, all the artists that supported Lowe and that was there for him. I've been getting calls from everyone, so it just feels good to know that he was respected and that he was loved, and everybody showing a lot of support right now.
Moments of silence for Shawty Lowe, please. Amen. Shawty Low.
Carlos Walker, a father of 11 children, mostly girls. We met several of them Wednesday morning, and they each had their own special memory of the guy they just called Daddy.
Well, the times where we always went to Six Flags, I was always scared to get on the rides, and he always told me, I'm gonna be right here with you.
My favorite memory of my father is coming to my graduation, just seeing the smile on his face when I'm finally graduated from high school.
The girls shared this video of the good times and described how he made each child feel special and loved. They also shared this photo, one of the last they took as a group with him, just last Saturday at his own father's funeral.
Just okay, because we just buried my grandfather this past Saturday, and now my daddy's dead, and it's just a lot going on, a lot of grievance, a lot of pain. To Atlanta, he helped out a lot of people, so you know, everybody is posting him on social media, and everybody loved him, so he was a good person overall.
Those girls telling me today that their father really pushed them to finish high school and go to college and finish high school, things that he did not do. They say he always made a big deal of making sure that they did so. They told me that that's a dream that they plan to fulfill for their father.
Long live our king.
But through that pain, these daughters are grateful their father is being remembered as a music legend in Atlanta.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the story of Shawty Low, guys. Anyways, if you enjoyed the content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, tap the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. As always, it's been fun rocking with y'all, man. I'm out.